Priyanka, when I say go, shoot. Look alive, go.
Hello, everyone. Do you know what I have? I have a problem. I have a syndrome, not medical, psychological syndrome. And that is not like today I got it. I got middle child syndrome. Okay, yeah, you heard me right. I have a middle child syndrome. Since childhood, I had to please everyone. I had to appear happy to everyone because nobody cared about middle child. I couldn't show my vulnerability to anybody, anywhere. I have to be perfect. I had to be perform better. I can't fail. Weekend. Every weekend, I'm sorry, every week I come to this Turning Point Toastmasters to work on my vulnerability because he do not judge us. Here people are there to support each and everyone. And that is why we are here to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills for their greater self-confidence and personal growth. I'm Asadan Tams. I welcome you to this Turning Point Toastmasters meeting number 458. There are two ground rules which you need to follow. Like you need to keep your noise making devices. Like I'm getting a call. I'm not picking. It's my mother calling. But still I pick the call after this, my address. So I'm not letting this meeting to be disturbed. The same way, I request every one of you to not disturb any speaker on the stage when the speaker is speaking. And while doing so, let's not share the chat messages on the Zoom app. I know there is an application which we can use whenever you're being asked to, like sharing the feedback after a speech. If you want to encourage the speakers, I know how much active listener you are. You can do that by using a Zoom emoticons. That is again there in your Zoom app. It's a great app. You should use it wisely. And I request everyone to refrain talking about sex, religion, and politics. Or I could say you can speak about it, but speak responsibly. So with that, let me call someone. I I sometimes call him like a jar of humor. He can take out humor in anything. I also sometimes call him the inventor of audio approach. Maybe somebody else had done, I'm not sure, but for me, he is the one. When I say audio approach, the approach we use for table topics, opinion, reasoning, evidence, or example by an opinion. The master of audio approach and the winner of Division H, ISC and table topics. None other than Toastmaster Rupinder. We call add DTM at the starting, but I don't like all these DTM, PTM. I like Rupinder, calling him Rupinder. Let's call Rupinder. Over to you, the presiding officer today. What do you?
Audible, visible?
Yeah.
Well, I must say that it's been a while since someone half my age has said that I'm the one. So I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you, Priyanka, for such a wonderful introduction. Let's also clap for Priyanka for the stupendous show that she put up at the district ISC competition. She placed third. So Turning Point Toastmasters was well represented in the international speech contest. So great job there, Priyanka. Honestly, if you had come second, I would have felt safer because I would have felt that the championship was in safe hands. But thank you for participating with great enthusiasm, and I wish you all the best for your future speeches. We are Turning Point Toastmasters. Just to give you a bit of a history, we were a club that was formed in October 2014. We started out as a corporate club for Tupperware India Private Limited. And our original name was TupSpeak Toastmasters. Why I'm saying that is because I happened to run into one of our founding members of TupSpeak Toastmasters, Archana, at the division contest. We've tasted success. We've had our ups and downs. But one thing, if I would take one word to describe this club, I would say that it is resilience. We are not the club with the highest number of members, but I can guarantee you that we are a club with the highest amount of learning. When you come here, you take something back, you apply it in real life, and you will see a difference. We are the club that makes a difference. On that note, it gives me great pleasure to welcome some of our guests. And I hope I'm not going to miss out on them. Somebody just help me check if there is any VIP in the room. Anyone who's a district officer? I don't think so. So I'm going to move straight away onto the guests, starting with Rajneesh. Rajneesh, if you could tell us what brought you here and what are you hoping to take back from this meeting?
Yeah, thank you, Rupinder ji. Thank you so much. And of course, what makes me into this particular meeting, of course, DTM Rupinder has invited me to join this meeting and play a role of a timer. But of course, I was aware about this particular club. I heard from many people there is a club which was in Gurgaon. Previously I think it was in-person club. Now I think after pandemic you started doing online meeting in this particular club. So I heard a lot, and this is, of course, I'm very fortunate that I am invited into this particular meeting, and of course I will take away whatever learning I will be getting from the Toastmasters like you, Anand Katyani, and many more people here, of course, everyone. So that's the thing I will be taking away after this particular meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, Rajneesh.
Thank you.
Next up, in no order, actually in the order that they appear on my screen, let's go to Meenakshi. Meenakshi, thank you for joining us. I understand you're joining us from Bright Beginnings. I understand you're speaker number 2. How does it feel to be speaking at our club?
Hello, it's been a pleasure to be on the list, and I made it to the speaker slot. So thank you very much. Super excited to be here with everyone and for my speech as well. So thank you very much. Looking forward.
Most welcome. We move on to Vaibhav. Vaibhav, if you could unmute yourself, what brings you to Turning Point Toastmasters?
I think, thank you, Rupinder. Brings me here is what it brings everybody to a Toastmasters meeting. A couple of hours of fun activities and listening to people speak and improving on our communications. Looking forward to have that happening today as well. Back to you.
Thank you. And we also have a distinguished Toastmaster amongst us. A name that was synonymous with Invictus Toastmasters, and he very much embodies the spirit of Invictus. Welcome, Sameep, and thank you for playing the role of an R-counter today.
Thank you.
Most welcome. We also have a division hopeful in the form of Rashmi Kundalia. She joins us from Eloquent Toastmasters Club. Rashmi, if you could unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and your club, when it meets, why it meets, etc., etc. We can't hear you. I think there's a Bluetooth or some other issue. Still can't hear you. I'll have you figure out your audio issues while I move on to Anu. Anu, welcome. I think you spoke in our club last week. How does it feel to be back?
The quality of me thought I can learn from all of you. So that is something that brings me back here. And I thought, let me give a table topic try this time. So that's why I'm here.
Super. And we also have, I'm assuming that Kamal is a club member. Am I correct or am I incorrect? No, Kamal.
From the community.
Welcome to Turning Point Toastmasters. I understand you're playing the role of a grammarian. How does it feel? Goosebumps? Are you ready?
Thank you, Rupinder ji.
You're ready? Super. And we have a name over here that used to kind of instill fear in Indian batsmen at one point in time. Relax, it's not the same Aqib Javed. This Aqib Javed is probably joining us from Bangalore. Welcome, Aqib. Good to see you after a long time. Okay, I think Aqib is giving me the silent treatment. Rashmi, let's try once more if your audio is working.
Am I audible now?
You are audible now. You are visible now.
Fine.
And you were incredible always.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Upinder, for such gracious words. Hi, everyone. I am excited to be here today and especially to deliver my speech in front of such experienced speakers. So thank you to Toastmaster Rupinder for giving me the opportunity. And I'm part of Eloquent Toastmasters Club. We meet every Saturday morning near MG Road, and it's a hybrid club. So feel free to join our meetings. And yeah, looking forward to the meeting. Excited to be here.
Great job. Let's have a round of applause. I hope, and we have Sarah. Sarah, if you could unmute yourself. Going once, going twice. Moving on. We have Satish. Satish, welcome to our club.
A very good evening to all
Very good evening to you.
Toastmasters and Rupinder ji. So I'm from Abu Dhabi Speakers Bureau Toastmasters Club.
Oh, great. I hope everything is safe out there. You guys are taking care of
it is
yourself.
getting better now and everything is getting improved. So very
Okay.
happy to join your club and hope it will be a wonderful meeting.
Thank you. Stay safe, stay strong. And Sarah just decided to unmask herself. Sarah, welcome. Again, you are having the same problem as Rashmi did. We cannot hear you. Some issue with your Bluetooth or your mic. Now I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Rupinder, for the introduction. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from Janapuri Toastmasters Club in Delhi. And I'm so happy to be here. I'm so glad that this club gives me opportunity every time to speak whenever I want, every Thursday. And it genuinely brightens my day because Thursday is one of the most hectic days in my college schedule. And I love it when I speak here. So thank you so much for having me.
Sarah, I understand you took part in the area contest.
Yes.
And how did it work out?
The ISC was a disaster, to be honest.
And table topics?
Table topics, I almost placed third, but because of tie-breaking rules, I end up fourth.
Okay. Must be a brave chief judge who told you all that. But you know what? Try again, because now you've got a full year to give your best speech again.
Yes, of
Okay.
course. Yeah.
Rock the stage next year. So excited to have all of you here. I see that there might be some people that I have missed, but the meeting takes priority over here. So it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our Toastmaster of the evening. But more interestingly, he has a theme that I totally resonate with. You see, between Excel and the iPhone, I cannot decide which one I dislike more. To put things in perspective, around 50 years ago, we sent a spacecraft into space. That spacecraft has the name Voyager 1. It has a total memory of 74 kilobytes. Let that sink in. 74 kilobytes. Your smallest meme is about 1 MB in size, 1 megabyte in size. That spacecraft was programmed in Fortran. It is billions of miles away. It still calls back home. Something I tell my son, that we can hear from a Voyager which is about billions of miles away, but you can't hear me when I'm sitting in the next room, or you can't call back. Anyway, no, not that. But currently, the computer that I'm working on has 32 gigabytes of RAM. 32 gigabytes. Let that sink in. It's hundreds of thousands more times memory than Voyager 1 has. And yet, for some inexplicable reason, it stops functioning. You know why? Because Excel has a dialog box open somewhere. Who am I to talk about Excel? Because we've got the expert over here. I'm going to hand you over to someone who's probably been in every district position that a district has to offer except the top 3. I'm pretty sure that is not out of his reach. He's been to the district international speech contest finals. And I'm pretty sure a couple of other finals, and someone who lives Toastmasters like I do. He's also my mentee, and he coined the name Tormentor for me, something that I wear with pride. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our Toastmaster of the evening, distinguished Toastmaster Anant Katyani. I request him to be spotlighted and do a very quick audio video check.
Thank you, Rupendra. Hope you can see and hear me.
Yes, I can see and hear you. I'm just trying to figure out if you are spotlighted or not.
No, not needed.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Break a leg, Anant. Good show.
Or you will break mine, I know. Just to carry forward the discussion, today, in this meeting number 458 of Turning Point Toastmasters, I lured all of you in with the theme name as I hate Excel. But I don't want to be the only one hating it. How many of you share this hatred towards spreadsheets or Excels other than me and Rupinder? Any particular reason why? Just in half a line, 1 line max. You can unmute and speak up because I have not.
It has a dialog box open somewhere.
All right, that's Rupinder's reason. He wants to have a dialogue with everyone but Excel. Okay. Go ahead, Kamal.
I find it boring because it's like very repetitive in nature. And then you have to remember so many things, so many formulas also.
That's a valid point. What about you, Vipul?
It's a tool for false projections.
False projections. Interesting. That's actually one of the points that I will be discussing in the course of the meeting. But so nice of you to bring that up. Vivek, how about you? You are a professional who probably works on Excels as well. What about you? Do you love it?
Yeah, I work on Google Sheet, but I hate it because there are so many irritating dashboards. I use it to manage more data.
Okay, so let me ask the next question to anyone who has not spoken up till yet. Which one do you hate more, Excel or Google Sheets?
Excel.
Rashmi? Excel. Rajneesh?
See, if you ask me about the Excel, I'm using Excel, it will be funny. I started using Excel from 1995, right? And initially it was called as a Lotus 123. Okay. And then, various version of Lotus 123, and then I went to the Excel, and then nowadays I'm working into the Google Sheet. So see, I love Excel, but I hate sometimes Excel. If we do certain calculation and it is not coming out as we wanted, actually, right? That point of time, I hate Excel. That I did so many calculations.
So which one do you hate more, Excel or Google Sheets?
I hate Google Sheet. I love Excel.
Now you will have a serious discussion with Rupendra after the meeting. Very nice. Meenakshi, how about you? Excel or Google Sheet? Which one do you hate more? Or do you hate in general all technology?
No, I actually love both Google Sheets and Excel. One of the reasons why I don't hate it because I haven't worked a lot. So I just got it in moderation. And what I like about it, you can neatly stack the data. And if I have to look, you can highlight green. So that's all I had to do. I had to just have a look and get an idea if you're doing okay. And plus, there was a game I used to play. It was a war game. So you have to kind of create a map. And the coordinates have to be exact. And that this Excel sheet could do without putting much effort.
Very nice. Let me ask now two of the people who probably deal with data day in, day out. Vipul, if you are going somewhere, let me ask Anshuman in that case till you come back. Anshuman, Vipul, both of you, whoever is available, what's your take on it? Briefly. Vipul, let's go with you first.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Google Sheet or Excel? Which one do you love or hate the most?
So I got the exposure directly to Google Sheet rather than Excel. So I love Google Sheet more than Excel because at least it's online and shareable, unlike previous Excel versions. And I don't like to remember formulas. So I prefer Google Sheets any day over Excel.
All right. Anshuman, if you are there, Akanksha, Akib, open for you guys to chip in before we continue. Okay, Vaibhav, how about you?
If I had to choose between the two, I'll take Excel. I find Excel a bit better than Google Sheets because well, both of them have the tendency to just go wrong at the absolute wrong times, like they stop working. But they both of them make my life easy. A lot of calculations that I need to do, I can do it on it. Otherwise, I'd be using a calculator and a piece of paper to do.
Thank you so much for chipping in, boys and girls. Here is an honest experience from someone who has worked in tech sector for around 10 years. Thanks, Meenakshi. Google Sheet autosave. Yeah, since it's online. So I worked fresh out of college as a BTech grad, a computer engineer in Infosys Bangalore. That's where my first exposure to Toastmasters also happened way back in 2010, 11. Yeah, I'm that old. Just to let people know that I am old, I'm growing this white beard these days. No other reason. So back in those days, I used to work on, of course, Java, .NET, etc., then SAP. But Excel was a daily part and parcel of the job. 4 years, nearly 4 years in tech sector, Infosys, Accenture, etc. Then went to MBA. There we actually worked on Excel a lot more intensely. Marketing, data, the primary, secondary research, etc., financial modeling, all these things in MBA days. And 2016, I was placed, God knows how, in Genpact. Guess which profile? Six Sigma Black Belt manager. And I'm like, okay, where I'm heading to? I wanted to get away from tech and I'm getting deeper into tech. But yeah, that was the reality. Couldn't get into the marketing sector for which I had done my MBA. So back again to ITES. That too in a very data-centric role. And on the first day of the job, the manager dumped an entire SharePoint folder onto me and said, okay, just study it and share your perspective. What do you find in this data? The previous 6-7 years of tech experience combined, first day on the job, and I was like, what is this 56,000 entries, rows of data? I had no clue. And that's where I went on a quick tea break, first day on the job, along with me, another clueless buddy of mine. The two of us went with our senior on a tea smoking break, etc. We don't smoke, but we just accompanied because that's where the true mentoring happens, in tech companies. Those of you who understand the reference, high five. So that's where the manager, the buddy, the senior who just came and a year earlier, that's it, a year earlier, he asked, so you guys also don't know how to VLOOKUP? And I said, what's VLOOKUP? And that's the true reality. 6-7 years in tech sector, working on Excel, PowerPoint, Words, etc. And we didn't know what's a VLOOKUP. 2 years of MBA, we survived without knowing how to fetch a query, get perspectives, fetch some data, pivot table, VLOOKUP, etc. We did not use that. No wonder we hated Excel. But let me tell you in all sincerity, I have hated Excel for my own lack of knowledge how to use it properly. Yes, it has its own ups and downs, spreadsheet softwares. Either they are too cumbersome, too boring, as some of you said, they hang the system, etc., etc. But isn't it the case that we lack the proper knowledge, the queries, or the know-hows of how to use it to our advantage sometimes? And I'm not talking about the super champions over here. It's more about the user non-friendliness is not an excuse for us not to use it. Because if that were the case, AI would not have made things super easy for us. There was a time when people hated Zoom or Canva. We can't live without them these days. Give me a thumbs up if you can relate to these sentiments. Onus is on us to upskill ourselves. And I'll show you some examples how not me, but people I'm training are now using Excel for things which not even MBA guys are doing these days. And I will show you real examples. But before we get on to course of the meeting and unleash the powerful speakers upon you, let us set up the ground rules of the evaluations. How we are going to judge the effectiveness of this meeting, not on any subjective parameters, but on a very, very objective, dedicated, peer evaluation based rating methodology. And to help me carry forward that methodology, an entire section of evaluation to lead that, let us have the person who has openly hated Excel and openly loved Google Sheets for his own weird reasons, even with 32 GB of capability in the system. Let's have the general evaluator Rupinder Singh, who is much more capable than the 32 GB of RAM that he has. Over to you, Rupinder, as general evaluator.
I was reading some comments. One of the most interesting ones was Anshuman Mishra saying Google Sheets is the best. Well, Anshuman, it certainly helps that you work in Google, you would say that. But yes, I totally agree with you. It is the best. And every one of us has our own reasons to love or hate Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel. I'll explain it in more detail sometime next week. And yes, that is an open invitation. I am going to do a theme, which is why I love Google Sheets. Moving on, we are in the general evaluation section. As a general evaluator, my job is to mentor and monitor the meeting. And I will be evaluating each role. So if you think that somebody is going to run away with taking more screen time, or maybe a speaker is going to say whatever they want, that is not going to happen because you have me, the tormentor, the policeman. Who's going to police me? The club members, the guests. It is going to get reflected in the attendance next week. So in a way, we hold each other accountable. While we do that, I would also want you to be mindful of the Toastmasters core values, which is integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And I want you all to realize that there is a reason why Toastmasters International has integrity over everything. It's because every other value flows from integrity. If you don't have integrity, no point having respect. There's no point having a service culture. There's no point following excellence. So keeping the spirit of integrity alive, I will be doing the role of a general evaluator. I can't do this role alone. I have a lot of role players who are going to help me. Starting off, I would like a round of applause for my speech evaluators. My speech evaluators today are Toastmasters Sajal Jain. And if I am not wrong, she's from the Toastmasters Club of Speaking and Leadership. Sajal, correct me if I'm wrong.
So it's an online club, Bold and Beyond Toastmasters.
Okay, let's just have a round of applause for Sajal. Sajal, thank you for volunteering to evaluate a speech today. Then I am joined in the evaluation effort by my fellow club member and my fellow contestant at the division level, Toastmaster Priyanka, who will be evaluating speech number 2. And also, before I forget, Anshuman Mishra has graciously volunteered to evaluate all the table topics today as the table topics evaluator. To all the speech evaluators, please provide encouraging, empowering, enriching evaluations so that speakers, when they walk off the stage, they take something of value, bring that value back in their next speech. Thank you so much for your service. Let's have a round of applause for all of my evaluators. Now, in Toastmasters, we strive to make our communication concise, clear, and correct. 3 words, and it just so happens that I have 3 role players who are going to help me do exactly that. The first role that is going to help us make our communication concise is that of the timer, and our timer today is joining us for the first time all the way from North Delhi Toastmasters, Toastmaster Rajneesh. Rajneesh, if you could unmute yourself, do a quick audio video check and explain your role.
Yeah. Of course, I'm ready for that. So my role is that, of course, we have 3 sections in our meeting. So in the first section, we'll be having a prepared speeches, and then we'll be having, of course, table topics, and then our evaluations will be there. And I will be using 3 cards, right? One is our green card, another is yellow, and the third is the red. So when we talk about the green card, it means that, our minimum time, whatever type of the speech is that is covered. When we say yellow, that, almost we are going to be over by our maximum time. So red means that our maximum time is over, right? So those will be the 3 cards. I will just quickly give you a glimpse of those cards so that you can understand that. Let me share my screen quickly.
Sergeant at Arms, confirm he has the permission to share screen.
Yes, we did that before the meeting started.
Super.
Hope my screen is visible.
Your screen is visible.
And this is the green card where I say that, your minimum time is going to be over after this. And then, when you are into the optimum time, almost near to the maximum time. So I will be showing yellow card. This is the yellow card. And if your maximum time is just over, then I will be showing the red card. So this is the red card. After that, I'll just let you know that, what all the timings are there. When we say, you are doing the prepared speech. So prepared speech normally have 5 to 7 minutes, right? So 5 minutes, when the 5 minutes are over, then I will be showing green card. When 6 minutes are over, then I will be showing yellow card. And when 7 minutes are over, then I'll be showing the red card. And then you need to wrap up your speech, actually. Then there is a second portion of the meeting, where the table topics will be run. Then normally one table topic has to be covered in 1 to 2 minutes. So 1 minute is over, then I'll be showing green card. And if you are around 1 minute 30 seconds, then I'll be showing yellow card. And when your 2 minutes are over, then I'll be showing the red card. About the evaluation, so normally evaluation time is 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes are over, then I'll be showing the green card. If 2 minutes and 30 seconds are over, then I'll be showing yellow card. And when 3 minutes are over in the evaluation, then I'll be showing the red card. So this is the whole thing when I am going to play a role of the timer. And after end of the meeting, I'll be telling you that, which speaker has taken how much time of speech. Any question or anything, please let me know about it.
Thank you so much, Rajneesh. Just one suggestion. When you show the green and the yellow card, just show them for about 5 to 10 seconds. And when the red card goes up, keep it up until the speaker stops speaking.
Sure.
Hope that is clear. Thank you so much. Now, for our counter, we have another veteran Toastmaster, Toastmaster Sameep. Thank you, Sameep, for kindly accepting this role. Could you please explain? Let's do a very quick audio video check.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So the role of our counter is to count the crutches and filler words. So I'm going to take up that role and note it in my diary and not Excel in the spirit of today's theme, and which I love doing actually. I prefer using a diary over Excel any day. and I will present my report in the evaluation sections. So just a tip, pause. If you're inclined to use a filler word or think, just pause. That'll be better. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster G.
Thank you very much. And finally, the role who will, this was the role that keeps us clear. The role that keeps us correct is that of a grammarian. And finally, we have Kamal Girdhar taking on the role of a grammarian after a few mistries. Kamal, are you able to hear us? Let's do a
Yes.
very quick audio video check.
Yes, Rupinder ji.
Okay.
Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, as the grammarian for this meeting, I will check on the usage of good and not so good usage of language, and I will also make a note of the grammatical errors that are made by speakers during the meeting. It is also my duty as a grammarian to introduce to you the word of the day and phrase of the day. They revolve around the same topic that we are talking about today, that's Excel. But this is not the Excel in terms of a program, but this is in terms of Excel, wherein we talk about doing things which are far superior and superlative than others. So the word of the day that I have is outshine, which means to be better than others. So we all know that we perform at various speech contests. So an example is that despite the tough competition, Mr. A outshined all his teammates in the final match. Now we move on to the phrase of the day, which talks about setting a benchmark. So the phrase of the day is be the gold standard, which means setting a benchmark. As we all know that Toastmasters is a global community that is recognized and appreciated throughout the world for its skill to inculcate and cultivate public speaking. So, to put a usage to this, Toastmasters has become a gold standard for practicing public speaking. So, the word of the day is outshine, and the phrase of the day is be the gold standard. I request all speakers to use these words liberally in their speech and conversation to make their language more expressive and effective. So, back to Rupinder ji.
Thank you very much. Word of advice, please do not use G after my name. I cannot get tired of saying that. Having said that, role very well explained, Kamal. Let's aim to outshine our last performances so that we can set the gold standards when it comes to performing our roles. Also, whenever the word of the day or the phrase of the day is used, please give a thumbs up, either physically or virtually. I will be back during the general evaluation section with my observations, with my fellow evaluators. Until then, let's put our best foot forward, handing it back to the Toastmaster of the evening, distinguished Toastmaster Anant Katyayani.
Thank you so much, Rupendra ji. Hope that will help me outshine and appear frequently in your report. Folks, before we proceed and hear for our first speaker, remember the two favorite functions that I talked about? That was my baptism by fire in my corporate journey, my second time around after higher education goal. And that was two things: pivot tables, VLOOKUP function. Both of them under 15 minutes I learned. And today, if you tell me that you can pick any two things out of all the spreadsheet functions, be it Excel, be it Google Sheets, be it Liber, be it anything else, I will pick these two functionalities which actually help me mimic the spreadsheet capacity, the calculation power, the ability to draw out perspectives, the stories out of raw data. These are these two things alone. Of course, there's Power BI, there is Tableau, there is ClickView, there are 10 other sets of things. But I just want to show you something that I work on a daily basis. Just quickly sharing my screen with you for this perspective. This is a Google Sheet. This is a data that we capture through Google Forms. Now imagine this Google form of hundreds and hundreds of entries. It helps me create pivot tables like these. But that's not it. Most people, they stop it over there itself. Remember, I talked about perspectives, the stories. This is how the stories look like. The kind of experiment at a social level that I'm doing, that has helped me create this dashboard view for all my stakeholders, or all my village community, all my rural participants, and upcoming entrepreneurs. This is for them. This is by them and for them. And it would not have been possible 10, 20 years back had we not had Excels and Google Sheets and all these capacities. So we are thankful in a way, with the mindfulness, that a tool is just a tool. A tool is as effective as its handler. It's like a knife or a fire. We may hate it, but it may also help us spread education, share our perspectives, and inspire with stories. To inspire us with some stories of their own, we have two amazing speakers today. And first one of them will be Toastmaster Rashmi. Toastmaster Rashmi, I'm going to spotlight you and read out your introduction. Meanwhile, I just want to take a moment and welcome a few folks who have joined us over the course. Toastmaster Chintan, Basu, Priya Kaur, a frequent returning guest, and someone with the name RK. Welcome, folks. We are in for a thrill ride as I spotlight Toastmaster Rashmi. Rashmi, let's have a quick audio and video check. Video is fine. Let's hear the audio.
Am I audible?
You're audible. Might want to speak a little louder once again.
Hello, am I audible?
Perfectly audible. Folks, let me introduce you to Toastmaster Rashmi. She is a performance marketer who helps brands grow online. She joined Toastmasters to get better at storytelling, and better she did. Outside of work, she is a part-time digital nomad who loves solo backpacking trips. And lately, she has been exploring her creative side by learning, guess what? Piano. When I asked her what's her favorite function in Excel or the spreadsheet, no surprises, she chose the today function, the function that returns today's date, because it helps us, it helps her keep a track on the performance on the daily basis or a frequency basis. Toastmasters, let's welcome Toastmaster Rashmi with a thunderous round of applause. To help her evaluate, we have her evaluator, Toastmaster Sajal, over here. Sajal, I'm going to spotlight you for a moment. Please keep the evaluation objectives handy. Over to you, Sajal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anand. A very good evening, everyone. So Toastmaster Rashmi will be presenting her ISC speech today. I will be evaluating her on different parameters of content, delivery, and language. I wish her all the very best for her speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you so much, Sajal, and wish you very best, Rashmi. If you are all ready, I'm unspotlighting myself and keeping the view all to yourself. With your first verbal and non-verbal gesture, your timing will be beginning. So timer, please keep that in mind. Rashmi, since you are preparing for ISC, may I inquire with you, would you want to have the timer window available throughout, or only at 5, 6, and 7 minute mark?
Only at 5, 6, 7.
Perfect. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our speaker number one of the day, Toastmaster Rashmi. Cheetah. Cheetah, Toastmaster Rashmi.
You are a cheetah, said my 7-year-old niece to Savannah. Fellow Toastmasters, last Sunday, I took my niece Mira to the zoo, and she was full of questions. Aunt Rashmi, what's that? Why is it doing that? Can we take it home, please? And then she suddenly stopped in front of a big board that read the Cheetah Run. Aunt Rashmi, can we watch this? Of course, Mira. So we grabbed 2 ice creams and waited. The zookeeper opened the cage slowly. Everyone started counting. 3, 2, 1. The whistle blew and Savannah, the cheetah, sprinted across the entire field. Everyone clapped. Everyone cheered. Except Mira. Aunt Rashmi, Doesn't Savannah miss the wild? Meera, she has probably never seen the wild. Meera stared at the cheetah for a long moment and then walked up to the fence and shouted, Savannah, you are a cheetah. No one can stop you. Those words took me back to when I was 10 years old, my very first skating competition. I was standing at the starting line. 7 girls stood beside me, calm and confident. And I was like, don't fall, Rashmi. Just don't fall. The whistle blew. Everyone took off and I fell hard. By the time I looked up, other girls had already finished their first lap. And I was almost ready to quit. But I got up, fixed my helmet, and I skated like Savannah sprinted. I passed one girl, then another, and I did not stop until I had a silver medal in my hand. That was the first of my many medals. Soon I became one of the top skaters in my school. And in class 10, I got an opportunity to skate at the national level. Nationals, my heart exploded with excitement. Papa, I might make it to nationals. That's big. I could sense a but coming. But Rashmi, this is your board's year, right? My mom added, Rashmi, sports is good, but boards are important. Secure your future first. Secure? Everyone around me said the same thing. Secure your future. And that sounded so responsible, so mature, so grown up. But skating sounded adventurous, exciting, different. That night, my brain did what it does best. Overthinking. One thought, you were a born skater. The other, skating doesn't secure a career. But what if you win? What if you fail in maths, but you love skating? Love doesn't pay bills. That makes sense. Because when a choice is inherited, it rarely sounds wrong. So I gave up my skates and chose the road most traveled. A secure corporate life. For years, I was proud of that decision. Until that afternoon at the zoo, I realized I hadn't chosen at all. I had been trained to choose, trained to believe that solving a trigonometry question on paper is called success, but skating at the national level is just a hobby. Just like Savannah, the cheetah. I did not stop skating because I wasn't capable. I stopped because I was conditioned to believe that dreams can wait. And the saddest part, I did not even know I was being tamed. Sometimes I wish I could tell my younger self what Meera said to Savannah, that you are a cheetah. Because taming doesn't look cruel. It looks practical. This is what it sounds like. Take a safe job, as startups are risky. Get married and have kids. Save for future and buy a house. And just like that, the fence becomes invisible. Until one day you realize that you are still running fast, but only inside the boundary someone else created for you. As we walked away from the cheetah run, Meera asked, Aunt Rashmi, why doesn't Savannah just jump the fence? I did not have an answer, because sometimes the fence is in our head. Fellow dreamers, if there is something in your life that you have stopped chasing, not because you couldn't, but because someone told you not to, maybe it's time to ask, who built that fence? And more importantly, why are you still inside it? And maybe, just maybe, it's time to learn from Meera that you are a
Cheetah.
goddamn cheetah. Back to tabletop. Back to Toastmasters of the evening.
Let's have a round of applause for the cheetah speaker. We also will take 1 minute of silence. Timer, please give me a signal, soft signal at the end of 1 minute. Show me any color card. In this 1 minute, request everyone to share their kind commendations, recommendations in private chat strictly with the speaker number 1, Rashmi. Is 1 minute up? We'll give 20 more seconds. Meanwhile, requesting speaker number 2 to come on the spotlight and be ready. And just to do a quick audio check, Meenakshi, hello. Can you hear
Yes,
us?
hello. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear and see you. Thank you. General Evaluator, can we proceed?
Yes, we can proceed. Request the timer to stay alert because last time the timing cards were a little bit confusing. Thank you. I'll just keep my my timing device ready just in case. Good luck
Sure.
to you, Meenakshi.
Sure. So Meenakshi, look out for timer cards as well as look in the upper tiles, Rupinder as well. Any special request? Let me know.
Can I request the timer to be displayed on somebody's screen? Because the contest that I participate in, we usually have clock in the display. It's 7
Clock in the
minutes.
display.
Yeah.
Would you want that I run the
I
Zoom
can keep
clock?
my timer if that's all right.
No, just checking with you. Would you want, in addition to the timer, do I keep the timer displayed in the Zoom by default?
Yes, yes.
We can do that.
Display on your screen. Right?
So here is the thing, timer Rajneesh. You do the timing, the signaling, etc. In the parallel, what I will have is with the first verbal or non-verbal gesture of the speaker, I will start a 7-minute timer like this displayed. You can see that on the top right or left of my screen, right?
Yes.
And at the end of the 7-minute or the yellow mark, we all will hear a sound like this, just giving you a 2-second of sound display. So timer, this will speaker, this will be your signal that last 30 seconds are up. But in between, the timer will continue to share the green, yellow, and red signals. All right, there may be a couple of seconds here and there because of the Zoom lag, but let that not be a distraction. This is just to keep you ready with both the choice of methods for your upcoming contest. All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
So here is a quick introduction before I introduce the evaluator. Meenakshi Gautam is a speaker, author, and self-discovery coach who blends yogic wisdom with neuroscience and psychology to help people rediscover their their true values and their true self and live with a purpose. She is a former corporate professional turned spiritual guide, and she has been recognized as one of the top 50 speakers and received honors like Magnetic Presence Award, Velvet Voice Award, and she has created about 1,000 plus life transformations. And as she has already spoken earlier, she doesn't hate any feature or function of the spreadsheets or Excel. She rather loves Excel as a great tool when moderately used because it makes her life easier. To help evaluate speaker number 2, Meenakshi, we will have evaluator number 2, Toastmaster Priyanka, our Sergeant at Arms, and one of the proudest product, you can say, for Turning Point Toastmasters, adding her on the spotlight. Priyanka, would you kindly share the objectives of this speech?
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster today. Toastmaster Meenakshi is going to attempt a very interesting speech objective, that is developing her communication plan. Here she would be practicing how she has developed or has been developing her communication plan. Tara, please note the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. So with that, all the best, Meenakshi. Over to you, Toastmaster today.
Thank you. I'm unspotlighting both you and myself, Priyanka, keeping only Meenakshi on the spotlight. Timer, you can also sync up with the way I signal on the screen with the Zoom default. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Toastmaster Meenakshi. The Snapdragon Mandate. The Snapdragon Mandate, Toastmaster Meenakshi.
I am not ready with my speech. Let me finish all these books in about 3 years' time, and I'll come back to you. How many of you have felt that after reading books, taking that professional course, going through these intense training, I'm still not ready? This is not a speech you have been lied to, so feel free to use chat and interactions like raising hands. Make it easier for me. It's like I have an onus that I'm sharing my communication plan with you. So yeah, thank you very much, Vipul. Yes, it happens that in spite of having lots and lots of information, data, expertise, we are still stuck in our head that I don't know anything. I need to learn more. How much more we need to learn? The answer can never be in a single sentence. I'm 6-year-old and I answered one incorrect question. I was asked, what would you like to become when you grow up? And instead of saying doctor, engineer, lawyer, poor me said, I want to become Miss Universe. And adults in the room, wrong answer, girl. Take the script. This will help you in life. Keep ticking the box until you fulfill this. And happiness, expertise, it's going to be all yours. So I did. Good job. Yes, I had an amazing job. Good grades. Fairly good for me, at least. Good girl. This one was the trickiest. Good girl who says yes to everything, never complains, earns love by not talking too much, but by not making people uncomfortable around her. That's exactly what I learned in my job. I was saying yes to everything, taking all the burden, thinking that one day, when I finish all these books, one day maybe I will start my own business. I will tell people this is the formula for happiness. That one day never came. And I kept losing my mental peace bit by bit. because I was following the unhappy people's script. And I did not even realize this. Imagine this. I have strings attached on my back and I am trying really hard to move forward in life, but these strings keep pulling me back. I'm sweating, I am exerting, I am applying a lot of force, but these strings allow me to move just a little bit, but still keeping me intact. And I find that there's a solution. I am looking right up there. But I can only use one hand because in another hand, I've got this really heavy bag that I'm carrying with me. And I see the solution right there in front of my eyes. With all my energy, I grab the solution. Yay, pair of scissors. It can set me free instantly. All I have to do is just snap, snap, snap. How many of you think that I was free after this, after I got my scissors? Type it in the chat. Yes for why and for no. Yes? Nod your head if it's a yes. Yes, no. I took these pair of scissors and put it in my bag only to realize that my bag is almost full with scissors. And that's why it's really heavy, because I'm reading all the books, I have all the information, but I'm never taking that damn action that will set me free from this unhappiness script. And the time did come when I break free from all this and started my own business. And I did participate, oops, the side. I did participate in that pageant that I always wanted to. How did I do that? In just 3 simple steps, which is our Snapdragon mandate. Step number 1. You don't need any more information. You have it all within you. If you have that dream, that means you have the capacity. Just believe in the information that you already have. Step number 2. Don't forget what you have, your knowledge. And don't cut all the strings at once. Because only if you cut all the strings, you're going to fall flat on your face. Just one small, simple dent. Your steps have to be really tiny. Your efforts have to be really small and consistent. That's all you need. And step number 3, and probably the most important, take that damn action today. This script, why it did not work for me? Because all it talks about is something which is known to me. And the script gave me that comfort. Whenever I am trying to step into that unknown, I see this danger. But the Snapdragon mandate says that take that damn action, no matter how dangerous it is, because every opportunity will always have something dangerous. And also, if you're attracting an opportunity, you have to walk through that danger. So all you have to do is to follow the Snapdragon mandate is believe in your knowledge. And also don't cut all the strings at once, just small, simple, actionable steps that you can do consistently. Third is take that damn step today. Not in 3 days, not in 5 days, take that damn step today. So what are you waiting for? Go, take that action today. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meenakshi. Closing off the timer, and request the timer to share a soft signal at the end of 1 minute. Please provide your valuable feedback to the speaker number 2, Meenakshi, in this duration. While you are doing that, I'm also launching a quick poll for the best speaker. The results will be announced after the evaluation session. Yes, you can vote for yourself as well. Closing this poll in next 10 seconds. 12 responses out of 19 valid responses achieved. So please utilize your voting rights.
1 minute is up, Toastmaster.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Rajneesh.
Thank you.
Folks, if you want to outshine, you have to first burn. I did burn when it came to Excel, but Excel is just here a metaphor for things which are sophisticated, way beyond our reach at times. We perhaps think that we are unworthy of those titles or glories or tools, but it's just a matter of we having a gap from where we are and where we wish we could be. All we need is guidance, the know-how, a clearly laid out path, and the willingness to travel on that path. Sure, there will be some software hangups, there will be crashes, there will be this inability to remember all the functions, just like how in life, not coming up with the right solutions at the right minute. But every step on the way, the journey that we travel, the friends that we make, or in case of Excel, the bookmarks that we save, they all help us become that one superior human being in this journey of becoming a better version of ourselves. And one platform, just like many of the platforms available to become a master spreadsheeter, there is one platform which can help you become not just a better speaker, a leader, but also a better human being, and that is Toastmasters. And one essential part of it is that we are ready to speak and impress and make sense at the drop of a hat in any given situation. The upcoming session, Table Topics, is all about that. And to facilitate that session, we have one of our returning members, someone who is absolutely passionate, but also is wary of his commitment levels. And once he commits, he never takes a back seat. My good friend and a gem of a human being, Toastmaster Vipul. Vipul, I'm spotlighting you, doing a quick audio video check before I read out a quick introduction about yourself. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Am I audible and visible?
Speak a longer sentence, Vipul.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, perfectly. Folks, Vipul is a native of my home state, Rajasthan, in particular the town of education city called Kota. She is a naturally curious soul stuck in the vicious corporate cycle, and she wishes to outshine everyone else in life, excel in life, but stuck in these Excel functions. And just like we look up, quite poetically, he is looking for his purpose in life as well. Vipul, we wish you find your purpose soon and inspire us all with the way you excel in everything that you undertake. All the very best, and over to you.
Point of order, Toastmaster.
Yes.
Table topic evaluator Anshuman, please indicate with the thumbs up that you're ready.
All right.
Anshuman, are you ready? Good. We will have table topics till 2:20. Vipul, just be mindful. Oh, sorry, 8:20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vipul, all yours.
Thanks, Anand, for the introduction. Nice introduction. So, hi everyone. As we have moved over the prepared speech section, it's time for something impromptu. and to express rather than impress. So let's start. Like the table topic section is all about expressing. No one is going to judge here. Just speak whatever is in your top of your mind. So I just want the new speakers to outshine themselves and be courageous and speak, and the veteran speakers to be prove your gold standard that you are 24 karat and not something 22 karat with your logical and creative skills. So I have opened the platform for any volunteers. I can see a lot of hands. Just 1 minute. Okay, okay. I will go one by one. Oh, Sarah, do you want to go first? Sure. Okay. Sarah, the topic for you is, do anime glorify violence or reflect reality? Do anime glorify violence or reflect reality? Over to you, Sarah.
Sarah, we are having an issue with audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my experience with anime is very tame, not a enjoyer of violent anime by any means. My favorite genre personally is heartfelt family type of anime. But if I were to say, I think they do to some extent reflect a little bit of reality. When anime started to boom, it coincided with the advent of internet in our modern culture. And to some extent, we are very much isolated now in the age of internet. Even though with social media, it gives us an illusion that we are much more connected. But that isolation, that disconnect from our actual real self, actual human beings, can definitely translate into somewhere into violence. And that to some extent is maybe reflected in anime as well. To say that anime reflects our entire world would be a stretch to say, in my opinion. Anime is an expressive art. It is as much a expression of reality as much it is an expression of the creativity of the mind. And maybe to some, it just reflects what their view of the world is. But others, it might just be how their mind just wishes to see the world. Over to Talk Master.
Thank you, Sarah, for that great table topics. Next volunteer. Akif, do you want to go next?
Yep, I can.
Okay, you are quite audible and visible. So the topic for you is, if you could instantly master one skill, what it would be? If you could want to instantly master one skill, what would it be? Over to you, sir. Akif.
If I could master skill instantly, I would have been the happiest person on this earth. We are bombarded with a lot of training modules. We are asked to get trained on all the agentic modules, Gen AI modules, and people are like, hey, get upskill yourself. Why are you still going ahead with the Excel? Why don't you use agentic AI in Excel? Why are you doing stuff on your own? But I think the sad reality is that it takes time to master a skill. Of course, you can just remember few words instantly that, yeah, I've done this course of 30 minutes and where I learned about superior agent, I learned about Gen AI and everything. But to do that practically, you need to practice it and it takes time. Nothing can be mastered instantly. In my whole life, I have learned it the harder way that it's really difficult to do things, and only if things are difficult you learn. If something was like you were doing it in quite jiffy, you're not learning. To tell you an example, I gave recently an exam which was supposed to be top-notch exam for Safe Agile Scrum Master role. Once you have that certification, you are qualified to get such roles. You are qualified to get Scrum Master role in any development company. Sadly, I was just shooting GPT and answering the exam. So I did not learn anything. It was pretty easy for me to write those exams. So ladies and gentlemen, the idea here is if you are learning any skill very instantly, there's very high chance that you're not learning it properly. There's very high chance that you will forget it instantly. The faster you learn, the faster you fail, the faster you forget. So if try to give some time, if you are really trying to understand, if you're really trying to master something, if you give time to a skill will become rock solid and you will feel the success. What you?
Thanks, Akib, for that detailed module on learning. So over next, Anu, do you want to go next?
Yes.
Just quick audio video check.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're quite audible and visible. So the topic for you is, Anu, what's more confusing, Excel errors or human relationships? What's more confusing, Excel errors or human relationships?
What's more confusing, Excel errors or human relationship? I would say it's a human relationship because Excel errors, we can give it to Copilot, we can put it on a Google, we can give it to Google Gemini. They will suggest us the solution, and those solutions 99% times work. If it doesn't work, we can again give a different prompt and it will work. But human relationship is something that we learn over the time. There is no perfect answer of everything, how to deal with different personalities. There are different people, different personality, and there are ways to deal with them differently. For example, the way I deal with my parents, I cannot deal with my child. The same way I cannot deal with my husband, that's from the family perspective. Still, here we are in our real world. But when we go to our professional life, that's completely changed. That's completely different. It won't be our real world. Like there we have to pretend few things, showcase few things. So human relationship is really challenging, but we cannot say it's impossible to learn. Everything is possible. We have to just take a baby steps, understand what's this personality type and how do we deal with such personalities. Once we know, initially it will be a small list. Once we over the time we learn, and then we can have our rule defined, like let's deal with this person in this way. There will be a differences, but yeah, if we consistently practice and learn, be mindful, we can deal with the human relationship also. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Vivek, you want to go next?
Hello, yes.
Quick audio video check, please.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you are quite audible and visible. The topic for you is describe what is a perfect weekend for you. What is a perfect weekend for you?
In my opinion, my perfect weekend is summer holiday. The reason is simple. I love the place of I want to visit. I want to visit like Simla, Manali, and the summer is very good for me because of my working. Due to my professional work, I am a digital marketer, and in winter season there are a lot of work and lot of clients I have in from 2 to 3 years. So I love summer weekend. And
Thanks, Vivek, for that. You can describing your perfect weekend. the last table topic for the day. Kamal, do you want to go next?
Yeah.
Okay. Quick audio video check.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're quite audible
Okay.
and visible.
Great.
The topic for you is being right more important than being kind? Is being right more important than being kind? Over to you, Kamal.
Okay. Thank you for the topic. The topic says that being right is more important than being kind. I resonate with this topic because at times kindness comes at a price. And I'm a firm believer of equality and justice. So you may be kind to somebody, but you may not be doing justice to that person. So it's important to be right. And even our scriptures mention the fact that while it is good to be mindful and good to be kind, whatever is right, you need to stand by that. So in Sanskrit, there is this shloka which talks about Satyamev Jayate, that basically says that truth is always right. So while the essence of mankind or what separates us from animals is our kindness, but what also distinguishes us from the other beings is the ability to stand for what is right and to have a voice rather than being an echo. So in my view, being right and being mindful is extremely essential rather than being kind. Being kind is important, but if you can combine the two, then there is nothing like it. Over to you.
Thanks, Kamal, for taking the side of being right. Quite unexpected. That's the table topics for the day. Over to you, Anant.
Thank you so much, Vipul, for conducting that fast and furious table topic session.
A point of order, distinguished Toastmaster Anand. If we can take one table topic extra, can we give a topic to distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder to practice
No,
for
I
his?
think we should close because we are going to run out of evaluation time
All
otherwise.
right, sounds
We
good.
can do that once the meeting is over.
Request denied. Going ahead. No worries. I will be launching this table topics poll for all of you to indulge in. There are 5 speakers: Sara, Akib, Anu, Vivek, and Kamal. Choose your warrior who impressed you the most. And yes, I repeat again, you can vote for yourself. That being said, time now for us to see how well did we speak, where all can we improve, and to facilitate that part along with his battery of role players, the person who will outshine pretty much every tech enthusiast with his attention to detail and with his empathy for the human factor. Distinguished Toastmaster Rupendra Singh, over to you.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, and you look angry.
I'm trying to smile. I've been told that I don't smile much, but here I am smiling for all of you. Now I probably look like someone who's out to kill Batman. But let's get started with the speech evaluations. Let me invite our first speech evaluator, Toastmaster Sajal. Sajal, if you could unmute yourself and if you could be spotlighted. Sajal, let's do a very quick audio video check.
Hi, am I audible?
You're audible, you're visible, you're incredible, you're good to go.
Thank you. Who built that fence and why are you still inside it? These are the questions that are still running inside my mind, and I'm still stuck up with the answers to these questions. Today, I heard one of the most inspirational speeches that I've heard in a long time. And distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder sir said in the beginning of the meeting that there is always something that you take away from a turning point Toastmasters meeting, a learning or a takeaway. So thank you, Toastmaster Rashmi, for that amazing speech, because this is going to remain with me for quite a long period of time. The first and foremost thing that I absolutely loved about the speech was the message and the metaphor by which it was presented. You are a cheetah, is what Meera said to Savannah and what Toastmaster Rashmi wanted to say her to a younger self. There was a lump in her throat, a grief in her words when Meera asked Aunt Rashmi, doesn't she miss the wild? And Toastmaster Rashmi later answered to that question when she said, it is the saddest thing that you don't even realize you are being tamed. listening to that vocal variety can listening to that voice and those words can actually break your heart. Toastmaster Rashmi has a knack for delivering that in her speech. A very small suggestion that I have in her speech, what I noticed in her in a sentence was when she said, "At night, my brain did what it does best." The answer to this question is overthinking or overthink. Both are correct. What I feel is overthink would be a bit punchier than overthinking, uh, as the joke was coming across great, and I feel that it would be more noticed if she uses the word overthink. Another very small point of recommendation I have for her is "you are a cheetah." These 4 words are already imprinted in my mind. And anytime I'm feeling low or anytime I'm feeling anytime I need inspiration, these 4 words, I'm going back to these 4 words and would be repeating them in my head probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So when she said in the end, "you are a goddamn cheetah," she can skip the word goddamn as it might leave the judges divided as it is ISC contest. And also they are running in a flow in my mind. "You are a cheetah." So I'm already repeating those words when she is saying those words at the end. I wanted to shout them with her, and I believe that everyone wanted to do the same. Another thing I absolutely loved about the speech was the use of the prop when she was transitioning from skating to corporate life by using a blazer. It was a very comfortable way of using a prop. It didn't feel like she was using a prop as a forcible way, or it didn't look forced. It was very convenient and very comfortable. I love the hooks by which she added the elements of wildlife motivation when she said, "you are still running." So it applies to both the cheetah, savanna, and to us. Overall, it was a very inspiring and a motivating speech, and I absolutely had one of the toughest jobs today, I believe, in a meeting. Next time I'm joining it as a spectator because I couldn't find any recommendations and even commendations. There are a lot, and I know that it's the red card. So this speech is going to remain with me for a very long time. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Rupinder.
Sajal, I'll just say this. You are a cheetah. There's a cheetah inside every one of us. Thank you so much. I would now like to invite our next evaluator, Toastmaster Priyanka. Let's do a very quick audio video check.
Hello, Rupinder. Am I audible and visible? With
You're
my
audible,
paddles?
visible, and your weapons free and clear to engage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, did you see the preparation Meenakshi came with for the speech? She had props lined up. I was thinking the way weapons Rupinder was saying, she had weapons. Like she had one of the weapons like little scissors. But apart from that, she prepared the whole list. What happens when you use a lot of props or in any kind of prop in a speech? Props gives us a picture memory. I could never forget Meenakshi's speech. I might forget the content. But I would never forget the props she had used. I couldn't forget the scissors or the list or the checklists she had shown to us, or even the bag full of scissors. Wonderful way of Meenakshi portrayed the use of props, which I sometimes lack. Mostly I lack in. How she interacted with the people. It is a very difficult audience because it's a virtual audience. And interacting with a virtual audience and encouraging them to speak up, it's a difficult task. And that's what is Meenakshi. From Meenakshi, I could learn from Meenakshi that she has reached level 4, and it is shown in her speech that she has gained that confidence to make an audience interactive session, or you could say speech. I couldn't even call it speech anymore. What she can do better. Meenakshi, you are exemplary speaker. But did you become this kind of great communicator today? Were you like this since your childhood? Did you also had a struggle? How did you become such a great communicator? How did you become such a great speaker? The objective of your speech wanted to know that. We wanted to know what was your communication plan? How did you grew from zero to here. When you speak in front of that mic, the confidence you're gaining, you're giving us, you're showing in front of us. How did you come up with that? Did you have any kind of struggle? Did you feel bad about it? Those kind of struggle or that kind of problem statement you had to show. Instead, the problem statement which I concluded was you were not happy. Happiness is fine, but here, if you go with this speech objective, we are looking really something related to communication. So how about I would suggest Meenakshi to repeat this particular objective in her in any kind of Toastmaster meeting, so that I would suggest to stick with the speech objective. And if she wants to deliver this speech, it's a wonderful speech. The same speech she can deliver for the objective of storytelling rather than developing a communication plan. So I wish that I want to see Meenakshi delivering such a great speech again for the storytelling speech objective. And for this communication, I would really want to see Meenakshi's communication plan, because I'm kind of envious how she's just such a great speaker. So thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Rupinder, the general elevator.
Thank you. I'd now like to invite our table topics evaluator, Anshuman, and timer, please note that we are giving Anshuman 3 to 5 minutes. 3 minutes for green card, 4 for yellow, and 5 for red. Over to you, Anshuman. Let's do an audio video check.
Am I audible and visible, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder?
Yes, you should speak more often. You're quite audible and quite visible.
Thanks a lot. I take 2 months break and the entire audience set of Turning Point Toastmaster changes. I remember just 2 months back, Priyanka, I, Sajal, and Sarah, I believe, 4 of us triple-hatted to conduct the entire meeting. And now we have a rich set of audience attempting table topics individually, starting with Sarah. Sarah, as you are pretty reflective as a person, as you've shared previously, reflects in your table topics also, anime reflecting the entire world. The rhythm that you had, the ease with which you share your perspective reaches to the audience and immediately connects. So the connect that you have with the ease and comfort of sharing, which reflects in the being comfortable with the audience, is top notch. Since it's table topic evaluation, I won't go into details. One of my suggestions will be to experiment with vocal variety, shout, scream, share, narrate a story. Get yourself into out of comfort zone where you're experimenting with the non-Sarah theater person if possible, which can bring more vocal variety and characterization to your speeches. Overall, love the logic of anime reflecting the entire world and how you navigated the entire table topic. Coming to you, Akib, how like I loved your argument of first of all using AI, which is a popular topic nowadays, that whoever just starts depending on AI maybe quickly learns but forgets more quickly. So that thought I think is relevant to the times. At the same time, I'd request you to challenge yourself in terms of the tonality that you had. It felt you're sharing your thoughts pretty casually, which is conversational style of tone can be helpful for offline audience, or like when you're having conversations with your friends, or can apply to situations where it is that kind of platform. Here, the platform is more about uh, being kind of serious for the audience, where the audience is gravitated towards each of the words that you're sharing. At the same time, you can have pauses more and the right camera position. I felt your top of the head was slightly cut by your camera angle, so you can position yourself a bit away from the camera, so we can at least we can see your facial expressions quite clearly. And as we know that body language communicates much more than at times even the tonality does. So look forward to your further speeches at Turning Point Toastmasters. Toastmaster Anu, Excel errors versus human relationships. I think I was on the side of Excel errors being more harder than human relationships because I've given up on human relationships. But anyhow, I think you tackled that problem pretty well of how that problem translates in the human relationships case scenario, that it can be harder because of the emotions and complexity involved. One thing you can challenge yourself definitely is on the pronunciation side. I think your native language pronunciation is affecting your English language. How you can do that is through shadow practice, that you can open up, say, YouTube, type shadow practice with native language speaker. They say you repeat and record yourself and keep on practicing. Distinguished Toastmaster recommends Netflix shows. I tried those, didn't work for me, but can work for you because his choice of shows was pretty complex as per my taste. But anyhow, pronunciation ka practice. Last was your camera angle itself. We love to see your facial expressions and body language from the front on side rather than the left angle that you have right now. Coming to you, Vivek, thank you for challenging yourself for coming on the stage, attempting table topic. It's pretty hard. We all know that we have felt butterflies and goosebumps. How you can expand upon your speech on the basic details on the vacation that you shared is by sharing a story. The last time you took a weekend break, how did you feel? Whom did you go with? What did you eat? What activities did you play? And that will bring us more richness to your speeches, and the audience will be able to relate to you better. So look forward to more details, but thank you for challenging yourself by coming on the stage and speaking about your favorite topic of vacation. Last but not the least, we have Kamal, as soon as you came on the stage, pretty crisp, clear voice. We could see the authority that you had, the gravitas that you had on the stage. And the topic also suited your persona with being right and mindful. So, pretty clear that you were pretty hands on with the topic itself. Um, a slight challenge you can experiment is having longer pauses to bring that effect, making the audience wait for your next word, being hooked on what Kamal is going to say next. So that's something you can experiment with. But besides that, pretty clear, crisp, landed the message rightfully so. Thank you. I look forward to all of you participating generously in the table topics and attending the division contest and oration to see much more personas performing on the stage for table topics. Thank you. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder.
Thank you, Anshuman. Great to have you back. What it shows is, as Jeffrey Boycott says, form is temporary, class is permanent. And I saw that in your evaluation today. In fact, in every speech evaluation today. Toastmaster Anand, can we have a very quick poll for the 3 speech evaluators?
We'll be launching in 10 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay. While that is happening, I'd like to call on stage first our grammarian. We're going in the reverse order. Tag, now it is GAT. Grammarian, Kamal, would you please come online and deliver your report? Then Kamal will be spotlighted.
Thank you, Rupinder ji. As a grammarian, I'll just share my screen. I've prepared a short report. Please let me know once my screen is visible. Is my screen visible?
Getting there.
Is it visible?
It's loading.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Now it is.
Okay, great. So this is the report that I have. The word of the day and the phrase of the day were used, very extensively and very liberally. To be very honest, I personally had a hard time to crack that how many times the word outshine was used. Rupinder ji used it, I think not once, but I think more than once. I kept just one here. Anand used it immensely and very kindly. He used the word outshine 4 times and be the gold standard 1 time. People use the word outshine twice and be the gold standard once. And I've also made a note of some beautiful vocabulary during the meeting today. One of them was way beyond the reach. I think Anand had used it. Velvet voice. I think that's how Meenakshi was addressed. A curious soul, vicious corporate life, glorify, mindful, empathy. So overall, the meeting today was very rich in terms of vocabulary and expression. And I look forward to many such more meetings, because I think Turning Point Toastmasters is actually a turning point in terms of developing your public speaking skills and your vocabulary. So that's it from my end. Back to the presiding officer and general evaluator, Rupinder ji.
Thank you very much. And I please request you not to use G after my name. I would like to call on stage Toastmaster Sameep for his counter report. Let Toastmaster Sameep be spotlighted.
Hi, everyone. Very good meeting. Really enjoyed it. Attending after a long time and actually doing this role after a really long time. I think not before COVID, I remember doing it once. A quick report. I will not go into very specific. I didn't keep an Excel sheet to track everything, but I think I noted most of the points. One thing is that a general suggestion is to slow down, especially the evaluations seemed a bit rushed to me. So instead of jumping fast, running, with time, just slow down, even if you're not able to complete everything. Just make a summary so that you have to do it in crunch time. I noted most of the tasks and filler words during the evaluations and also during the last few sections of the meeting. And no doubt the people who spoke the most, like the table topic, G, everyone had a couple of R's and and there was some emphasis on the during transition, but nothing stood out to call out. That's it from me. That's it from me. And just if you have any questions on your specific note, just reach out to me separately. Over to you, G. Upin. Rupinder can't.
Seems like Rupinder has some connectivity issue. So meanwhile, just to continue with the session, I will invite the timer Rajneesh now to present his report. While Rupinder joins, Rajneesh ji, let's share your report.
Sure, definitely. Thank you, DTM Anant Katyani. And my report is, the speeches which are given by Rashmi and Meenakshi. Rashmi's speech title was Cheetah, and she took 6 minutes 45 seconds. Meenakshi Gautam, whose speech title was the Snapdragon Mandate, she took around 7 minutes. So these were the prepared speeches, and the Toastmaster table topics related thing. The Sara took around 1 minute 30 seconds. Akib took 2 minutes 20 seconds. Anu took 1 minute 55 seconds. Vivek took 48 seconds. Kamal took around 1 minute 13 seconds. These were the people who took participation into the table topics. Now coming to evaluation, the evaluation of speech given by Rashmi, the evaluation given by Sajal. Sajal took 3 minutes 39 seconds. Priyanka, who evaluated Meenakshi's speech, her evaluation timing were 3 minutes 16 seconds. Anshuman, who were evaluating the speech given by the table topics participant, he took 5 minutes 24 seconds. So these were this was the report based on the timing I noted down, the speeches given by the people. Thank you so much.
Well, am I audible and visible? Apparently, I was
Yes.
not audible and visible.
Yes,
last
you
time.
are.
Okay, let's quickly vote for the best auxiliary role player before I deliver my report. The meeting started on time, which is a hallmark of a Turning Point Toastmasters meeting. We have a saying over here that either the meeting starts at 7 or we just don't let 7 o'clock happen. And I'm glad to say that that was maintained. My detailed report follows. Sergeant at Arms started the meeting on time. She had the room set up properly. The guests were warmly greeted. Housekeeping rules were properly read, and the presiding officer, which is yours truly, was properly introduced. I would recommend that the mission statement is sacred. Read it word for word. Use the Sergeant at Arms script that was generated by none other than distinguished Toastmaster Anant Katyani. Let's use that. I don't know much about the presiding officer. I didn't know if he had an inspirational opening, if he recognized the dignitaries, if the guests were recognized, and if they will be asked for feedback. They will be asked for feedback, I can promise that. I believe that Toastmaster of the Day was properly introduced. I can't take any guarantees for the meeting ending on time though, but the presiding officer will do his best. Coming to the role of the Toastmaster of the Day. Lovely theme, lovely insights. The meeting rules were properly explained, speakers were properly introduced, audience was asked to write feedback after each speech. The topic master was properly introduced. What I would want is, if we are having a meeting from 7 to 9, let's try to make sure that the prepared speeches are over by 8 o'clock so that we have more table topics, especially during the second half of this year, this session from January to June. We are focusing on getting as many members as possible. The more table topics we have, the more speaking opportunities people are going to get. The more speaking opportunities they're going to get, the more chances of us getting members. Then we had the topics master, and honestly, it did not look like that Vipul was coming from a long break. Section properly explained, topics appropriate to both guests and Toastmasters. I loved the fact that for the first time speaker Vivek, he was given a relatively simple topic about his favorite weekend. Guests were invited to participate, and most importantly, preference was given to audience members who did not get a chance to speak. The timings, they were followed according to the agenda, so he scored there. Not to reflect on the table topics master, but let's just keep this thing in mind that our table topics should be relatively simple, generic, and less than 10 words in length, because we don't want our table topics masters to be solving calculus equations in their heads while they are doing more important things like delivering a speech, for example. Let's see who our next role player is. Our next role player, speech evaluators, the stalwarts today. They were the Dravids and the Tendulkars and the Gangulis and the Lakshmans, and those of you who followed cricket in the time that I did will understand what I'm trying to say, because speech objectives were properly read out. Commendations, recommendations were meaningful. Positive, encouraging tones. Only the speeches were evaluated and not the speakers. And the speeches were evaluated on the given objectives. If there is any recommendation I have for my speech evaluators today, let this not be your best performance. Outshine this performance next time so that you keep that gold standard running high. Coming to my tag team, the timer explained the role very well. The times were properly read out. There was a slight disconnect in the timing because per my timing, Rashmi had a time of 7 minutes 20 seconds, whereas the timer is saying 6 minutes 45 seconds. Rashmi, to you, if this happens in the contest that you're confused about the timing, straight away go to the chief judge and say that I had some problem with the timing device, because the chief judge has the authority to give you a 30 seconds grace. Sometimes this thing is not known. In 2018, when I was in Chicago, the person who stood second in the championship, Sherry Sue, she actually would have been disqualified on time, but she went to the chief judge and said that the timing cards were not displayed properly, and she was allowed to go through to the finals. That is the difference between you knowing the rules and not knowing the rules. Our counter. I asked Samit early in the day today if he would be a speech evaluator. He did not respond well in time. Then I asked him if he would be the R counter. And I'm glad that he refused to be the speech evaluator, because I have not seen a better R counter report or a better R counter performance. Let's have a round of applause. And last but not the least, our grammarian. Excellent role explanation. Word of the day was properly explained, even the phrase of the day. And you can see that they have been properly introduced by the number of times that they've been used. And most of all, he maintained an encouraging tone. When it comes to the meeting, I'm glad to report that there were very few disturbances. I think that at some point somebody was playing the YouTube live stream as well, and somewhere those voices were coming in between. Let's be mindful of those. There was no crosstalk while a speaker was on stage. The speeches were by and large, they did not feature offensive language. No one unmuted unnecessarily, and the applause and the energy of the meeting was high. Overall, a very successful meeting. We had, I think, as many as 23 or 24 members at one point in time, which is an excellent measure for a meeting that had virtually no PR. The VPPR of this club probably needs to be kept. Having said that, excellent meeting, great job done. Let's try and bring it to a close on time, giving it back to Toastmaster of the meeting, Anant Katyayani. It was an honor being your general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rupendra ji. Now that your general evaluation is over, just to bring the meeting theme to a conclusion, remember, a tool is just a tool. We may love it, we may hate it, but let's not shy away from the fact that the onus is on us, the users, to be of that skill level to actually call and say that, yes, I have used this tool extensively and we have an objective reason why we hate it. So next time when we criticize a government, a club, an officer of the club, or someone in authority or position of power, let us see honestly and reflect whether we have done the bare minimum at our end to contribute to the situation or not. And if not, then I hate Excel is just a good enough metaphor of saying instead, I don't know how this tool works, I just hate it because of my own inability. Very soon, looking forward to see another theme at this very August stage saying, I love Google Sheets. And on that wishful thinking note, handing over now to the presiding officer and the man who is going to grill me one last time, distinguished Toastmaster Rupendra ji.
The Strait of Hormuz is very nice at this time of the year, Anant ji. Moving on. So let's very quickly have some feedback. Let's see how well we did and what can improve while I try to shift to the gallery mode. Okay, there is a poll. Please cast your vote for the best role player. I'm moving to the gallery mode. There we are. In no particular order, or rather in the order in which I see people. We'll start with our speaker number 2, Meenakshi. How did you feel about the meeting?
I really love the energy in the room, how amazing people are participating every time, responding. So I love the audience, which is why I like to practice most of my speeches here. So thank you very much for all the love, all the support, reacting and giving me thumbs up wherever required. I really love overall energy of the entire group.
Sajal, if you could unmute yourself.
I absolutely loved the meeting. I didn't know that I was going to get a difficult job today, and I absolutely loved the speech Toastmaster Rashmi, and that's why I lost focus after that. And whenever I was looking up, somebody was speaking something very interesting or very so I was lost in that. So I was like losing myself in a lot of speeches, short speeches today, and it was a really amazing meeting and a lot of learning from today's meeting.
Rajneesh, let's hear from you. How did you like the meeting?
Yeah, it was amazing and learned a lot of things. Of course, looking at you and DTO Anant Katyayani, I was dreaming when I will be joining such type of the meeting. And meeting was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Kamal, grammarian. How was your role today? How did you enjoy your role?
I had a great time. I always look forward to coming here over and over again because I think every time it's a new learning experience altogether. I
Super.
think all the table topics were also very well structured and and I think the topics were wonderful, apart from the speakers, of course.
Super. Akib Javed, the scourge of Indian batsmen at one point in time. Oh, he's decided to go silent on me once again. Let's go over to our Cheetah. Cheetah, unmute yourself. Cheetah, you are silent.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Sorry, my microphone wasn't working. I absolutely loved the meeting and really enjoyed giving the speech in front of such experienced and vibrant speakers. And I learned a lot from all of you. And thank you for the valuable feedback, Toastmaster Sajal. I'm not used to delivering speeches in front of the online audience because my meeting is hybrid and we usually go in person and deliver the speeches. So I was worried how it will come out and will my message land well or not. But thank you for the feedback and I look forward to joining more such meetings.
Thank you, Cheetah. And I'll tell you one thing that I attended the club contest at Eloquent, but those days my mother was in the hospital. And I listened to the first and the second speakers, and then I had to go attend to my mom. When I came back, Rashmi was just coming on stage. I hadn't heard the other 6 or 7 speakers, but the moment I heard her speech, I messaged to one of my mentees. I'm saying that I said that Rashmi is winning this. I don't care what the other speakers were. That was the impact of the speech. And Rashmi, thank you so much. All the very best for this Saturday. For those of you who have time to spare this Saturday, head over to Hatch in Cyber Hub, where Rashmi will be giving her speech. And a certain Mrs. Anshuman Mishra will be attempting her table topics. So let's be there to cheer both of them and make sure that they do their best. Our best wishes are with them. With that, anyone else has any comments to make or maybe yell at me? And I swear to God, you call me Rupinder ji once again, I am coming to your house with...
I have sent you the results in private chat.
Okay. Yes, I confirm that I have received.
Thank you, Rupinder ji.
You mean Rupinder GE, right? Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Okay. So the best auxiliary role player, apparently it was a very tight contest and the winner edged out by just 1 extra vote. And that goes to our veteran Toastmaster Rajneesh. Let's have a huge round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
When it comes to the best role player, you know, when I went to the division contest, I expected to do fairly well in the table topics. I thought that I had given a good table topic, but then they called me out for the best speaker as well, the best ISC speaker as well. And I was like, I was looking at the chief judge and I was like, what kind of judges are you getting in place? I have the same feeling right now that what kind of voters do we have? Because apparently I'm the best role player today, somehow, by some stroke of luck. The best evaluator, I was pretty sure that this was going to happen because we have a tie between Sajal and Anshuman. Superb job, both of you. Today is a day of ties, it seems, because the best table topic speakers today were Sara, Anu, and Kamal. Let's have a round of applause. And best speaker today, you are a... Come on, unmute.
Cheetah.
No, a goddamn cheetah. So congratulations, goddamn cheetah. This should set you up very well for Saturday. All the best. Thank you very much. Any other order of business? Or
You
should I
have
close the
already
meeting?
announced the Saturday event and looking forward to see everyone the same day, same time here at Turning Point for the next week. If anyone would like to nominate for speeches or roles, do share in our meeting prep group and tag Toastmaster Rupinder. We are keeping one point of contact for a meeting at a time so that you don't reach out in private chat to multiple people. Share it in the chat itself on first come first serve basis, or as per the necessity, we will provide the slots to the request placed over there.
On
Time
that
now to